I think the definition of far enough is a definition that takes into account the end of Russia's aggression in Ukraine. So nothing is far enough short of making Russia live up to its Minsk obligations, live up to the Budapest memorandum, live up to international law. Now that's going far enough. What we are pleased with, and very pleased with, is that we have a statement by the Canadian Liberal government that is increasing the sanctions. That is moving in the right direction. That is something to applaud. I was absolutely amazed that on March the 7th, 8th, and 9th, I received 3 or 4 communications from the Ukrainian international and national umbrella organizations asking us to write to the parliamentarians and to do something about Nadia. I think that's called, as Ukrainians would say, mushtarda poubidi. That's late. We knew well ahead in advance that she would be sentenced. We've known for 2 years that she's been in prison. There should have been a subcommittee struck dedicated to Nadia. Maybe there is, but I certainly have, and I hope there is, but I certainly haven't heard about it. So with that flurry of activity, our group connected a number of women's organizations because, after all, it's a woman-to-woman issue as much as a Ukrainian-to-Ukrainian issue, as much as a Democrat-to-Democrat issue. But unfortunately, the response was tepid, not warm, tepid. And so we made the last-ditch effort to write a letter to the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, asking him to intervene. We said, please, Mr. Trudeau, pick up the telephone and call Putin. Mr. Obama has already done it. You're in good company. It's important to show pressure even at this late juncture, and especially at this late juncture. And I was very happy to see that the difference of tone and the difference between Mr. Dion's March the 8th statement, where he calls on Nadia Savchenko's proper treatment by Russia, and the one on I believe it was March the 18th, the latest one on Saturday, where he says he does hard things. He introduces more sanctions. So absolutely, our letter was important, and so were the demonstrations that the Canadians held across Canada, and so were the editorials, and so were every little pressure point is important. And let me just add, it wasn't just the letter that we sent. We sent copies to all the members of Parliament. We sent copies to the press, and we followed up. We picked up the phone and we called the Prime Minister's office. We talked with the appropriate people there. We picked up the phone and we called some of the premier ministers, the leading ministers, and we sought commitment to follow up with the Prime Minister's office. We're very happy with the results. But as I say, the final result is her freedom, and the even more strategic result is Russia, as former Prime Minister Stephen Harper said, Russia to get out of Ukraine. And that's what we're all working for.